was raised to suppress my emotions like it was the breath that would have costed me my life if I was trapped in the battlefield behind enemy lines. Like a Russian sniper in Stalingrad playing dead to survive. You can see the mental and spiritual death reflect from my eyes even though my soul's still alive. All these bottled up emotions would be expressed behind the mic where I scold, leaving records sold like the golden era of hip-hop before the war on terror made hip-hop bloody and gory again. As I recite another story of pain, the scarcity mindset that my father embedded me with made my mind cannibalistic as I'm now urged to rob you at knife point and leave you with your throat slit. Kill you tactically too, cause I'm no punk behind the gun. But I'll bump some punk rock while I hunt you down with a Glock. Bumping some discharge into exploited while I dispose of the lives of you posers with no regard. You're facing death and you're about to look the part. But this ain't no Hollywood movie, this is reality. I'm ruthless and rebellious just like the Houthis. The American dream, the future that was promised to me, turned out to be a lie that was sold to my father and bought to me. Like a lost and found brother from the NOY, there was a strong attempt to strip me of my language and my culture, but I stood by, held on to whatever little Urdu I could speak to with my mother. My mother represents and reflects whatever ties I have left to my original identity. All this action hero bullshit that you grew up watching, my father lived it. Would you like to know about the glorious part of the blood and gore that tore my family apart after I was born? It was the slow death that came at the end of the bottle that left him drunk for being more than just a witness to people who got more than just shot and robbed to the poor. Because only the poor people serve in the war. They join the army only to come back mentally fragmented, or they come back in a box to their family. And I'm not talking about the box of pizza that's hot and ready. I mean the coffin mount after they get shot and pronounced dead if they're lucky to even be discovered, only to be disregarded by the government. My father was going to confess his sins to me as an anger to God. But then as he passed away suddenly and unexpectedly, his spirit was gone. He took what he saw and what he did to the grave with him. And while you see me as an anomaly, unfinished conversations and unburied hatchets are the legacies that most of my people are forced to carry. A slow erasure of history, making my people's pain a mystery, increasing the weight and the depths of our misery. The British taught us that our stories are irrelevant and meant to be ignored. Meanwhile, Hollywood's fabricated stories are uplifted, which urges me to murder them when I disfigure their corpse. The charisma, the fearlessness, and the confidence I inherited from my father's military blast from the past is a reflection of the men that the ruling class of the British wish they could have been. The cultural superiority that the whites think belongs to them is really just a bootleg off of the other cultures that they stole from. The same way the United States government bootlegged their SNAP benefits program off of the Black Panther movement when they launched the Free Breakfast for Children program. Is there anything original about these vultures and criminals? Even Hollywood bootlegged outlaw and cowboy culture off of the Latinos, the original vaqueros. You think the ruling class of the British championed the British invention of punk rock and heavy metal? Genres of music that were pioneered by dyed mohawks and a proclaimed homosexual, from the Indian Rebellion of 1857 to the partition of Pakistan in 1947. Ain't shit changed for my people, it's gotten only far worse as I'm now urged to perform a graphic 187. Blasting you with an AK-47 while decimating you with an RPG-7. No, I do not work at 7-Eleven, nor did I do 9/11. But you will be my victim that won't be victorious when I do a 211 on your life with a knife. And God fuck the next man or bitch that steps in my way. Because like these worthless record executives signing talentless artists with no heart, y'all need to be replaced. Because I'm out to burst the souls out of the skulls of you internally colonized cuckolds. Stranglehold, choking you to death on your last breath. I'm not Joel Grind, I'm far worse because I'm the one who was born with the mark, the devil's fucking sign. The powers of hell are definitely mine, as I leave rats devouring your corpse that's swelling after I shatter the brains out of your gray spine. Your worst fucking nightmare, the sleeper cell that has yet to awake to break your face when you see me roaming the streets. The grim reaper with a sight to your throat deciding who lives and who dies. Like the regulating roll of the cylinder on the revolver in a game of Russian roulette where the result will not lie. The barrel of the gun is the devil's eye you're gonna have to face before I leave you erased, causing you to die. You're gonna have to face the fact that you bit off more than you could chew by fucking with me. You were better off biting into the titanium and steel inside of an industrial pipe yard. Cause I'm the type to fight you to death bare hand-to-hand combat and leave you dead with no regard.